Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I told you so. Well, I don't think you really needed to be told by me that the Biden family is a most honorable family with a really great business model. But I just want to state one more time that I've been telling you so in the context of my videos on the Russian-European pipeline project Nord Stream 2. A lot of people talked a lot about geopolitics and how this pipeline project is of geopolitical and military importance, but I was always telling you guys that while there are, of course, geopolitical aspects to it, and these are very serious, no doubt, I said that the motivation for the Americans to get involved here are not geopolitical at all. They couldn't care any less about poor Ukraine and poor Poland and the Baltic states. They don't care. All they care about is filling their pockets when Russian gas is transferred to Western Europe. Their bank accounts grow bigger. And Biden is not the only guy who is involved here. I think other families are also involved in this endeavor. So today I want to comment a little bit about what we know, how it is reported in Germany, how the German media reacts to it, and rant a bit about the general hypocrisy, of course. I want to thank all my supporters and all my subscribers. If you like this kind of material, like, share and subscribe, and you can support my channel directly via PayPal or via Patreon or Subscribestar. Thank you. So it is very interesting to see, for me at least, not surprising, but nevertheless interesting, how the German media is almost not reacting at all to this. Generally, they say very little about the candidate Joe Biden in general, and this story is mentioned only really briefly and not very thoroughly. I'm of course talking about the emails and the pictures of a laptop of his son Hunter. The laptop was abandoned, the data was not hacked, it was abandoned, and sensitive and critical information was found on it. And if I had been that guy, I would also not have just gone to the police or the feds, because maybe these guys make you disappear then and they bury the whole story. So going to the other political camp, or Giuliani in that case, was probably the right move. So there is strong evidence that was found on this hard drive within emails that in fact Hunter Biden, who mysteriously, despite having no meaningful relevant qualifications, got a key position at a Ukrainian gas company. And it is strongly suggested in these emails that were obtained now that he introduced this company to his father, the then vice president of the United States. Then Big Daddy, or the big guy, became active and he made sure that a prosecutor was being fired in the Ukraine who was getting a little too uncomfortable for the taste of that corrupt gas company. And once again, it is exactly these corrupt Ukrainian gas companies that the Russians and the Europeans are trying to cut out of the deal by building another pipeline in the Baltic Sea that goes around these corrupt middlemen so that they don't always cash in when Russian gas is flowing to Western Europe. But now, as we know, it is not only corrupt Ukrainian businessmen, it is also these very honorable US-American families that are deeply involved in this deal, and this is why they are pressuring Germany and other Europeans to stop this pipeline project. So as I said, in the German media you hear very little about it, and of course they do not treat these emails as evidence of anything. They say it is a dubious case and this information might not be trustworthy and it's hacked and it's just allegedly here, allegedly there. If you read these German articles, you might think that this was planned or it is doctored or tampered with and this is all a hoax, when in fact I think nobody in in the United States at the moment doubts that the information that has been found is real. And of course, also that it is hacked is just not true. They don't know what hacking is. This laptop, this notebook was abandoned, and then this sensitive information, this incriminating information was found. And now I just want for comparison, because German media have also raised the question of ethics here, using these ill-gotten pieces of information against someone. I just want to refresh your memory or bring to your attention some cases from Germany with similar information. There was a case, for example, when the German state was purchasing for millions of euros of tax money and illegally obtained a stolen CD with data from Swiss bank clients. This illegally obtained data was used then in order to pressure these people, and in the end, many of them turned themselves in for tax evasion. It was almost nobody in the mainstream at that time who raised questions about ethics. Some people did, but it was of course these out-of-touch conservatives and stupid right-wingers who did so. And then a case from Austria that you might all know, H.C. Strache from the Austrian Freedom Party, when he thought that he is in a private home having a private conversation. He was filmed and he was actually talking to actors and agents and not to the business partners that he thought he was talking to. If you're unfamiliar with the case, you can just check out my video about the Ibiza scandal, the Ibiza videos. It was on this island where he was filmed, and the footage was cut in a way that it would seem like that he was ready to give some Russian people some power or some great business deals in Austria when he gets into power. And of course, when they invest into a newspaper and then give him control over this newspaper, in return he would do this and that for them. But they conveniently cut out the part of the video footage where he said that he doesn't want to do anything illegal. Everything has to be done in a legal manner. It was a tit-for-tat arrangement, but he didn't want to do anything fishy or illegal. That they conveniently cut out. And also back then, even though it is illegal to film someone without his knowledge and then using that in order to incriminate someone, and by the way, he had to leave the Austrian Freedom Party, and there was just an election in Vienna, in the capital, and he started there with his own list. So he has his own little party now, it seems, and he's no longer in the Freedom Party. The Freedom Party suffered severe losses after this scandal, and also now, they really were crippled. They were decimated in the latest election, and it all goes back to this video that was recorded absolutely illegally, but nobody in Germany or Austria cared about that. They didn't care about it. Only when it happens to them. Then it's a question of ethics and morality and decency, but they do it to right-wingers or to conservatives all the time. And of course, when they do it, the newspaper articles don't say allegedly or dubious. No, then it's a smoking gun, it's a fact, it's clear evidence. But of course, so is this. These emails, these pictures that were obtained there are of course real, from all that we can tell by now. And of course, they prove that the Biden family is doing crooked and shady business. And of course, as I said, they are not the only ones. There are many of these family businesses that are engaging in similar shady and crooked activities. It just seems that these trust fund kids, these rich kids, they have really nothing to do, and their life is so empty that they engage in all sorts of chemical distractions, and then their daddies have to look for some board position or CEO position in a foreign company so that they can feel like real businessmen. I think it's entirely for their ego. Do they really need the money, or is it just so that they can feel like a productive member of society and not like the addicted train wrecks that they actually are? Anyway, so this video was a little bit all over the place. I just wanted to tell you once again, I told you so. And also don't forget about the connection to the pipeline project, Nord Stream 2. And also I wanted to tell you how the European or the German media is reporting, if at all, about this, and how hypocritical that is and how blatant the double standards are if you compare that to the way that they reported about the stolen Swiss bank CDs and also the Ibiza video of Mr. Strache from the Austrian Freedom Party. So this was my German perspective on this issue, and probably I will go back to other topics now. Servus, Kameraden. I said it before and I'm saying it again. If he wants to smoke some crack, he can smoke some crack. Come on, man!